is if you went to Best Buy in LA because there was an ad on the radio that Tom Petty had a new album, and while you were in Best Buy you bought a new refrigerator, the label is entitled to a piece of the sale of that refrigerator because you bought the refrigerator because you went to get the Tom Petty album, right? So shouldn't the label get a piece of the sale of the refrigerator?
Right, but it's not,
I mean, that's the attitude.
It's no different than Apple taking 30% of any in-app purchases that are in the iTunes store.
That's onerous. I mean, that's onerous too. But I'm just saying, it's not necessarily right. If someone is selling a equalizer for Spotify, and they're selling basically an app that changes the EQ so it sounds as there. Okay, guys, this is the most fun I've had in years. I got to tell you. I'll try and get my thoughts together, and we'll get them into the right place here. If I'm selling an equalizer, does the label charge entitled to a piece of the sale of the equalizer? By that extension of thought, if I buy Sonos because Spotify sounds better on a Sonos system than it does coming out of David Hazen's laptop over there, are they entitled to a piece of the sale of the Sonos system?
No, but if I'm an app, like let's say I'm TuneWiki, and I've got music playing and lyrics playing, and I then start putting banner ads or some kind of sponsor, content owners should theoretically share in whatever that rev share.
But there should be categories of where that revenue comes from. It shouldn't be across the board.
Don't the content owners share in the fact that TuneWiki is providing an enhanced experience within Spotify and therefore encouraging more people to subscribe to Spotify and spend money on music?
Yes. Jason?
Well, if music is becoming monetizing engagement, then I think, as from a rights holder's perspective where I've been, I think we do have to think a lot longer and a lot harder about, not the extent of what you're talking about, do I get a piece of refrigerator because somebody went to Best Buy to buy a CD I distributed?
No, I know that's a straw man kind of a thing, but I'm telling you, someone said last night, this was really great, and it's not sort of about APIs, but I thought it was brilliant. It was a guy from EMI in Sweden, and we're talking about an application that allows you, if you're in a bar, one is Play My Song from Finland. They're really good. There's another one in the US, I forget the name of it, to basically see what's on the system, see what's on the hard drive of the Mac that's sitting by the soundboard, and you can play a song. And so
TouchTunes will do that.
And one of the labels said that if you had that, if it was at the Roxy in LA and Nick Adler had 10,000 songs on the hard drive, and I was able to select the song I wanted to hear, the labels were entitled to a piece of revenue from that, even though there was no revenue. And the guy from EMI said last night, which I thought was brilliant, he said, how can you ask for a license for something that could be solved with a piece of paper? And I said, what do you mean? He said, I could write down the name of the song I want to hear on a piece of paper and walk up to the guy at the soundboard and say, will you play Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven for me? And I went, cool. So it's like, how can you reach to the point of, well, if someone gets to hear the song they want to hear, we want a piece of that.
I've been grappling.
But it's a different, I'm breaking into a licensing discussion.
Sure. And the only thing I want to